We are anonymous. We are the network that investigates the wars no one dares to name. We expose the hidden battlefields, the silent invasions, and the operations that unfold beneath the surface of ordinary life. Tonight, we bring you a story that begins with a candy box and ends with a grenade launcher. What happened in Georgia was not just a drug bust. It was a battlefield hiding in plain sight. It all started with a new kind of poison, a deadly drug called fentanyl, disguised to look like candy. Authorities called it rainbowfentanyl. It looked harmless, colorful, sweet, but it could kill a city. That poison was already spreading through Georgia when the FBI and ICE launched a joint operation that would later be known as Operation Take Back America. Before sunrise in Jefferson, Georgia, the ground shook. People expected the morning sound of roosters, but instead came the deep growl of engines and the thunder of explosions. Flashbangs shattered the dawn light. Armored vehicles blocked the streets. Helicopters hovered above. Within minutes, federal teams surrounded quiet suburban homes that had secretly become part of a criminal empire. This was not a movie. It was real. Inside those homes, agents found something no one imagined. Not a pistol in a drawer, but grenade launchers, rifles, industrial-scale drug labs, and maps connecting Georgia to Mexico. An agent later said, "It felt like we walked into a war that had already begun, and nobody knew it." In one house, officers discovered stacks of plastic-wrapped cocaine bricks, tables covered in fentanyl dust sparkling under flashlight beams, pill presses, packaging machines, and under one workbench, a grenade launcher. Not a relic, a real weapon of war. 12 coordinated raids hit Jefferson, Athens, and Atlanta at once. 13 suspects went down in the first wave. Agents seized 26 firearms, 12 of them rifles, and 1 grenade launcher. They found 26 kilograms of cocaine, 1.7 kilograms of fentanyl meth crack, and more than $60,000 in cash. The total value nearly reached $900,000. But what shocked investigators most wasn't the money or the drugs. It was the structure. They found ledgers, encrypted phones, and coded payment systems linking Georgia safe houses directly to Mexican roots. This cartel was not improvising. It was operating with military precision. The man at the center was identified as Alicio Cuito Llanes Pinea, a 48-year-old Mexican national, already listed on federal watch lists. His operation ran like a corporation. Lieutenants managed couriers, guards, and cooks. Every role was trained, organized, and silent. Some members had already served time for major drug crimes, but they returned smarter, tougher, and more disciplined. Financial investigators found shell companies like one tire shop that hadn't sold a tire in years but moved tens of thousands of dollars every week. The money flowed into underground banking systems and overseas crypto wallets. Blockchain spikes matched shipment dates. The cartel wasn't just moving drugs. It was moving data money and weapons. When agents raided one lab, they found pill presses and packaging that looked like real pharmaceutical products. Perfectly shaped, perfectly colored pills. But everyone was laced with fentanyl powerful enough to kill thousands. Just 1.7 kilograms of fentanyl can make hundreds of thousands of lethal doses. Some estimates say close to 1 million, enough to wipe out a city block. Those drugs were sitting in a kitchen, hidden in candy boxes, on the same table where a family once ate breakfast. Photos from suspect phones showed something even darker. People posing with guns, cash, and children. One image showed a young mother holding a baby in one arm and a Glock in the other. She was later found unconscious in a car, fentanyl foil still on the dashboard. The border between family life and cartel life had completely vanished. After the raids, convoys rolled south carrying detainees, weapons, and boxes of cash. Helicopters hovered overhead as red dots appeared on command center screens marking secured targets. The map looked like a war zone, because that is exactly what it was. 2 federal indictments were filed that morning. Case numbers 325, CR 00001 and 325 CR 0012. 17 defendants charged with conspiracy weapons trafficking and transnational coordination. Some could face life sentences. But even as agents celebrated the success, analysts monitoring encrypted chatter picked up something chilling. A file titled Phase 3, New Routes Ready. Within hours, ICE analysts intercepted new messages near the Georgia line. Shipment delayed. Switch route south. Reconnaissance drones were launched. They found trucks hidden beneath forest trees, engines still warm. Roadblocks went up. Tactical teams moved in. Another grenade launcher was found inside one truck, proof that this wasn't just drug trafficking. It was a rearming network preparing for the next move. Homeland Security's cyber unit followed the money again. They traced hidden transactions through underground Chinese banking links. 2 crypto accounts in Atlanta were frozen. It was the first time U.S. cyber teams cut off a cartel's funding in real time. A new kind of strike hitting the money instead of the muscle. But the cartel didn't disappear quietly. Deputies reported drones flying over evidence warehouses at night. When captured, those drones had small hooks designed to grab objects or data drives. It was a clear message. We're still watching. That was the turning point. The case shifted from law enforcement to counterintelligence. Federal officials described Operation Take Back America as a new model of warfare, one that blends drug enforcement, cyber defense, and national security. Because when criminal networks start using encryption, crypto, and drones inside U.S. territory, it's no longer just about narcotics. It's about sovereignty. At the final press briefing, the evidence was displayed like a grim museum exhibit. Cocaine bricks, assault rifles, stacks of cash, and one grenade launcher placed in the center. One official looked at it and said, "We're not policing anymore, we're defending." That line captures everything. The cartels are not just drug traffickers. They are tacticians. They adapt. They infiltrate. They evolve faster than most governments can respond. And that's why this story matters. Because what began with candy-colored pills became a full-scale battle inside small-town America. The war on drugs is not at the border anymore. It's in neighborhoods, schools, and digital systems. The fight is no longer just to arrest people. It's to protect national security itself. We are anonymous. We reveal these truths not to frighten you, but to wake you up. The enemy is not always abroad. Sometimes it's living next door, hidden behind a smiling face and a candy box full of death. Stay aware. Share this story. Protect your community. Because this war has already begun, and it's at your doorstep.